Our game for today is Lakeview Cabin. This is a pseudo point-and-click adventure game. It's not actually point-and-click, but it's adventure, where you are a guy and you have some cabins, and you walk around and interact with stuff. And there may be secret things available for you to do. Yeah, so when you start this game, it's not really very clear what you're doing. You're just this guy on your little island in the middle of the lake, and you can walk around.
I spent about a half an hour well, okay, maybe not half an hour, maybe more like 50 minutes. So just walking around, jumping in the water. I found out pretty quick that I could jump in the water and get the bees off of me after I chopped down the beehive. So yeah.
Yeah, you can, if you sit on the bench, you'll take all your clothes off.
Yeah, I noticed that too. That's kind of interesting. I have to admit, I played the rest of the game in the buff. If it's your own private property, who's gonna care?
Yeah, night eventually comes, and it's dark, and you can find a flashlight or make fires, and you can see better, and then the morning comes eventually. But yeah, when you start, there's not really a whole lot of a point to it. However, and this is your spoiler warning if you haven't finished it, it is eventually revealed to be pretty much a horror game.
Essentially, yes.
And there is a monster in the lake that wants to kill you, and you eventually have to figure out how to get it to spawn first, and then kill it, and then kill the second phase of it, which is the good ending for the game. And how it kind of plays out as an adventure game is that all your objects on the island interact with other objects, and that lets you sort of solve puzzles. I don't know if I'd necessarily save them puzzles. It's more kind of like the old key style of plug item A into item B and something happens kind of a puzzle. That's kind of the cool thing about this. There's a few things to do to make it show up. I think if you just wait long enough, it'll show up and try to kill you. There's also multiple ways to get rid of it that range from the really simple to the really convoluted.
Yeah.
I guess I would say it's fun as an experience. It's kind of got that wonderful old-school adventure game logic to it, like having to chop wood in order to knock things down because the wood will fly up in the air.
Okay, that really threw me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but that really threw me for a loop. Like, I totally was taken aback by the fact I had to chop a log in order to get something off the wall. Like, okay.
Yeah, it's adventure game logic. It doesn't have to make sense. It's just the items that you've got in your inventory. King's Quest was like that too. There's an old King's Quest game where you have actual weapons in your inventory, but the way to defeat a monster is to throw a pie in its face, which causes it to fall off the side of a mountain.
Oh, that's aggravating. Because, I mean, seriously, okay, I know he's short, but, like, when you're in the outhouse, you can stand on the toilet seat and grab the key. Is it really necessary to get a log and a hatchet?
Bring it in, chop it up, to knock the key down.
When is that ever an effective method of getting something off the wall? I've never hit a log so hard that when it splits, the log flies 7 feet in the air.
But yeah, it's that adventure game logic, so I would say that it is a charming game. It's not necessarily a fun game as a game, but it's a good little 5-minute experience.
Yeah, 5 minutes. That's actually not too gratuitous because I spend at least 10 minutes. 5 minutes playing it, another 5 minutes wondering what the heck I was doing and trying to make sense of it all.